You know, there is an art to throwing a good party, and no one knows that better than our next guest, Janine Shiota. Welcome.
Oh, thanks.
So now, how did a nice, straight San Francisco girl become like the gay dance party entrepreneur? How's that?
Oh, how's that? I love that. That's great. I think I might have to get a card made
Sure.
like that. You know, I grew up at Townsend. We talked about Audrey Joseph, dear friend.
One of the great dance entrepreneurs of all
Mavens
time,
of
Club
all
Townsend.
times,
I
that's
remember when
right.
I was young,
Yes, me too.
spending many nights there.
Yes, and I grew up as a young pup in this club and loved it and loved the crowds and got just got exposed. It's what I loved about San Francisco. It was different communities and sometimes gay, sometimes straight, sometimes Asian, sometimes Latino, and sometimes fetish, and then I did a lot of theater. So and then I was doing design for her in Club Universe because it changed every week. And then I worked for Chip Connolly at Joie de Vivre. We had a backflip, and I realized that I really missed the boys. I love the boys. I love the music.
Meaning the gay boys.
Yes, they feel like family. I think I thought I was a gay boy for like gay boy trapped in a Asian lady body. So Don Spradlin was doing an AIDS fundraiser, big AIDS fundraiser called Hellball. He asked me to be on the board, and I met my current business partner, Mike Lane, and he said, let's throw a party. We want to do a really beautiful party in the middle of San Francisco, because it was at a time when a lot of spaces were just kind of out in the outskirts, and that just didn't feel right. Like, give the boys ground, it's the gayest, it's gay Mecca. Why shouldn't there be a party right in the, in the heart, in the most beautiful venue in San Francisco? So that's what started 10 years ago.
Fresh
Started 10 years ago.
Now,
Yes.
I can't believe it's been 10 years ago. I mean, time dances when you're having fun.
Yes.
This is a business. I mean, people think that, putting together a party, being a club entrepreneur or whatever the title is just easy, a promoter. I mean, I've seen Audrey. I don't think the woman ever slept.
Yeah, it's, but it's, I was driving here today and I was thinking, we get to do things that nobody gets to do, and we get to see things, and we get to get our friends in a room, and we get to watch them dance and laugh. We've celebrated, friends getting married, anniversaries. We just had 2 guys in at the last Fresh that had their 50th wedding anniversary.
So it's not just a young person's thing.
No, okay, I'm sorry, 30th, sorry.
Okay, oh yeah, okay, wow,
Yeah,
that makes a big difference, yeah,
But
teenagers.
yes, but 30, 30
years.
Yeah, that's and so, it's not just a club. We donate back with all the events, and that's a big part of it. That's how it started, and that's what I love about the community, is that it is a community. And so we celebrate together, it's just it's like a big living room. That's always how I've seen it.
Now, you are a native San Franciscan, which
am.
is in and of itself not that usual for people seeming to be in the hospitality or entertainment industry, which I think is both for you, both hospitality and entertainment. I mean, what do you consider? If someone said to you, what is your job? What's your niche?
Cat wrangling.
Cat wrangling.
Catch a wig here, and then, I would say production is, it's dreaming up things. It's for me, it's creating spaces that people feel comfortable in. So, today, like we're working on Masquerotica for Halloween, that whole thing it's from an emotional need. I think that's what all the parties that I've ever done and loved have come from. So really, I think it's building an environment that people feel good and safe in, and I feel it inside, and then if I think about it and I don't see it in the outside world, then I have to build it. That's kind of...
Do you think San Francisco is the best party city in the country?
It has some of the best music. It's got such an energy. There's so much talent here.
Meaning the DJs and designers?
The DJs, the designers, the spaces. It's a small city, so this space is challenging, but people are very creative here. I call it the people come here because they're going to this creative mecca.
But it's interesting. I'm going to be by the time this show airs, I'll be 50. That's scary. But, you know, I remember when I came to San Francisco a quarter century ago, you had gay clubs, which meant you had men clubs, and you probably had black men clubs and white men clubs and Asian men clubs and Latino men clubs, and then you had lesbian clubs. There were never straight people at any of these clubs. When did that start happening? When was this sort of, I mean, this melding of nightlife? I mean, I remember it was very segregated. And now when you go out, although I don't go out like I used to, you see all, it's just this, it's San Francisco. I think it's a good thing. I'm just wondering if you saw a tipping point when that started to happen. Did it come out of all the fundraisers because of AIDS and HIV, things like Hellball and whatnot, or is it just generational?
I think it's generational. I do. I mean, the kids are coming in. I say the kids, but you know, the kids are coming out, you know, in their teens, and it's just part of. It's not a big thing, and it's just, you know, oh, I'm gay, okay, you know, and they move on. It's not, I think it's much more talked about, much more, and I think the media has a big, you know.
But also, as far as you call it the kids, the club going age kids. Are you seeing less and less segregation in the crowds where it's not just a gay night or a straight night, it's just like everybody dancing? It doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah, it's both. I see both. I see sometimes they want their, you know, like a certain type of music or a certain type of, but Hard French is, you know, it's boys and girls, and it's, you know, mashups, and it's they play vinyl, and you know, it is an eclectic mixture of San Francisco. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting things happening, and I don't know when it started. I mean, I think, you know, girls came into the club scene, and for me, as a straight girl, honestly, it's one of those places. Then I realized, you know, people ask me all the time, how did you get here? And I think one of the reasons is because sex just never got in the way. I could actually have these real relationships with these men, and it was never tense. It was just a real relationship.
How does your boyfriend feel about this?
Great. He's fantastic, you know, and always has been, and that's a hard thing to find.
Yeah.
You know, I think where they say, "Oh yeah, go out with the boys, it's fine," you know, and then you see some of the boys, and they're, you know, 6'4" and blonde hair, blue eyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, he loves it, and he knows it just, you know, makes me happy, and he loves my friends, and my friends love him, and so it works.
So it works.
Yeah.
So Masquerotica.
Yes.
This is a gay Halloween event or a San Francisco?
It's a San Francisco Halloween event.
Yeah.
I have a gay stage at the event. There's going to be 9 different areas. So I've been lucky enough to get to format, you know, a stage with really iconic performers: Chi LaRue, Roma, Jamie J. Sanchez, Ejector, who you've
Great
had on
local
the show.
band, yeah.
That's right, who you've had on the show.
Yeah, and you know, I remember when Ejector came on the show, I remember thinking, boy, if I had had rock bands like this when I was a teenager trying to come out, maybe I'd have come out sooner. I mean, the whole idea that there was a rock band that was gay was like new thing.
Yeah. And then we have Susan and Riva, and we've just got a lot of really fun Tristan Jacks, Riley and Jonadal.
And is this a fundraiser as well?
Yes, we're going to give some funds to the It Gets Better project. Also doing another show at the Gastro Theater, Pam Ann. So I like donating, and they're my favorite right at the moment. The It Gets Better is a fantastic nonprofit.
In our closing few moments, tell me, because it's clear you have a vision. You love doing this.
I do.
You have a calmness about it, which you don't usually hear club promoters calm talking about their product. What is your vision of the perfect party?
The perfect party is where, I mean, okay, so Masquerotica, I want it to be safe. I hate that the Castro became unsafe, and I want it to have all your friends in it. And when you walk in, you look all the way around, and you dance, and you create these memories that you will remember forever with your friends.
Great. We've been speaking to Janine Shiota of Masquerotica and an entrepreneur for parties. Next up, we're going to be speaking with Michael Pappas about his work as a human rights commissioner. We'll be right back.